The Red Devils will go for it on 4th and 11 from the McCormick 30-yard line. Already up 20-0 with just under 8 minutes to play here in the second. Reed to throw. Down the middle, wide open, touchdown!
It's Williams again.
Antonio Williams.
Yeah, same play basically. They got their first touchdown on. And again, Williams is wide. They had two receivers wide open. And if you're the safety valve, the safeties from McCormick, you just can't let the receivers behind you that way. And they let two get wide open right down the middle of the field.
That was reminiscent of backyard football. Just outrun the guy and chunk it up in the air and let him run under it.
And in backyard football, the bigger, better athletes usually win. And unfortunately for McCormick tonight, that's what they're up against, a team that's bigger. They've got more players in their program, and that's going to equate a lot of times to being the better team physically, and that's what we're seeing.
Leroy's extra point is good off the old gymnasium, and it is 27-0 Lincoln County, and we still have 7 minutes and 38 seconds to play here in the first half at Larry Campbell Stadium.
Well, and one thing we're doing throughout the year, throughout the season, in addition to focusing on the athletes and how well they perform on the field. Certainly, we're going to do that all year, but we're also going to focus on the scholars of the game throughout the season for both teams. It's something we did last year. It's something we're doing this year, and we're going to continue to do it. Our scholar of the game for Lincoln County, a name we have called out, he's their place kicker, William Leroy.
Actually,
yeah, William Leroy. And you want to talk about a kid that's got it together? He's a captain on the football team. He's got a 97.8 grade average. Now, a lot of times you hear GPA, 97.8. That's an actual grade from on the 100 scale. He's a national merit qualifier, and again, he's the starting punter and kicker tonight for Lincoln County. Our scholar of the game for Lincoln County is William Leroy. Congratulations.
Mine was 97.8. You just
have
to
add all your classes together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's how many credits you ended up with in college before you quit.
27-0. Lincoln County leads McCormick, and the Red Devils will be kicking it off with our scholar of the game, William Leroy.
Right on cue.
Yep. Asking you shall receive. Durant's not going to get a chance to return one all night.
They're not going to kick it to him. Kennedy's going to get a little workout. By the way, last week we had South Aiken on, and, of course, they did a number on Silver Bluff. We said at the end of that game they're going to have their hands full next week with Whitenall, and that's exactly what's happening, John. It's 7-7 in the second quarter. South Aiken and Whitenall duking it out. Also, Aquinas has taken the lead over Laney 10-6. Strom Thurmond now leads Aiken 13-0 in the second quarter. Those are some of the scores from around the area, and we'll try to keep you updated throughout the evening. And, by the way, don't worry about if you miss the scores with us, because you can get them on Football Friday night.
That is correct. With Nathan Palm and Zach Hughes will run down all the games for you, including this one, a little bit later on. So McCormick trying to make something positive happen here before the half, and that is Durant. But, again, just not a whole lot of room to move.
Yeah, the size differential up front plays a big factor. They do have the one big kid, Drennan, no doubt. But overall, they're every per man they're losing. They're losing that weigh-in, for lack of a better term. And McCormick's just trying to get into positive yardage for the game. And where you got Lincoln County just marching up and down the field, they lead at 27-0. And Matt even said it looks like they're working on some pass plays, and it's in the second quarter, and they're already working on things for down the line.
Looks like Walters was able to fall back on it for McCormick.
Well, and look, it's early in the season. You hate to see this. They're already kind of shaking their heads down, a little frustrated. The one thing I'll say, last year, despite taking a licking in this game, they bounced back and had a great year. They had a really good season, and that's what you're hoping they do again. You don't want this one to get in there mentally where you're really down on yourself, because they have some talent. There's no doubt about that. Durant obviously stands out, but they got some other guys, and that's what they're going to need. They can't let Durant be the guy. They've got to have some other guys step up and make some plays for him.
Durant is back with Walters as the Chiefs will throw on 3rd and 9. And Walters is going to have to tuck it and run it and hit hard at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, that was Norman who laid the hit. And throughout the year, our Augusta Payne Center hit of the game is something we're going to keep an eye on, and that might be a nominee right there. There was a good block there, too, that we missed from a McCormick player, but, man, the hit from Norman, he kind of spun the quarterback Walters around. So that's an early nominee for our Augusta Payne Center hit of the game.
So Another fourth down for McCormick, 4th and 5, a short 5, and the Chiefs will either go for it or at least attempt to see if they can pull Lincoln County off.
Yeah,
and they cannot.
Not able to do it. We saw it last week, in the game with South Aiken Silver Bluff. Silver Bluff was able to draw South Aiken off in that situation, but not this time.
So I told you about the 1924 game when they just didn't count it because they had a disagreement with the officials.
Yeah,
My
I love that.
favorite story about this series that goes back to 1922 is the 1922 game. Reading some fascinating history about this series from our friends at LincolnCountyRedDevils.com. That year, 1922, about half the fans drove to the game. About half of them rode their horses.
Love it. I wish that, again, another thing I wish would happen in today's time.
And
take your horse to the game.
Tell you what, something else that would never happen today, the coaches took turns officiating.
Oh, now that could get interesting.
We'll take a time out here. Be right back at Larry Campbell Stadium. McCormick will indeed go for it on 4th and 4, and it'll be misdirection, and it will be Durant, and it will be a first down and then some for Mateo Durant, spinning his way into Lincoln County territory at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, I was hoping for his sake he'd have a great game tonight because he's gotten a lot of attention over the last 4 years. And you see him in a game where his team's outmanned a little bit. You don't see him do a whole lot. But there you were able to see why he's got more than a dozen scholarship offers, why teams in the SEC and ACC were offering him scholarships. The kid is an outstanding athlete. Everywhere he went this summer and he had to run 40s, I saw the times posted by one of the guys who helped train him, Ryan Bowers, and every single time it was 4.43, 4.46. I mean, he really stepped up when he needed to on those college campuses for sure.
And were it not for Antonio Williams, he might not have stopped until he got to the concession stand. 1st and 10, throwing. It is Walters throwing to the left side for, I believe that was Mycarian Tate. A minimal gain.
And
maybe a yard.
It is Tate that makes the catch.
It'll be less than a yard, so it'll be second and about 9.5. 4:19 left to play in the half, 27-0. Now this time Walters will keep it, and he's got some room.
Well,
up to about the 40, make it the 36-yard line.
I love that play call. They faked it. They faked the little counter to Durant, and because everybody's keying on him, it left room for that quarterback to scoot up the left side for some nice yardage.
And the Lincoln County team hearing about that on the sideline as all of a sudden McCormick is on the move.
Have we ever had a quarterback deliver the Augusta Paints in their hit of the game? I tell you, Dylan just laid a shot on one of the Lincoln County defensive backs there at the end of that play, Dylan Walters. As we got a timeout on the field. And watch the end of this play here.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good shot. The QB landing a blow.
Not a lot of quarterbacks can dole out the punishment like that.
Well, he does play linebacker.
That's true.
But, hey, he plays linebacker, I think, more out of necessity. but hey, that was a shot right there. Good hit. And that was Kevon Franklin, a sophomore. Kevon Franklin from Lincoln County who took the hit.
And that's one of the things about these smaller schools, especially on a night like tonight when it's very warm, especially at kickoff. You have Lincoln County with 5 players that play both ways. You have McCormick with 7 players that go both ways. There's no rest.
You got to be tough. I mean, it's like you said, early in the year, too, hotter, steamier conditions. You expect a lot of cramping. To be honest, we haven't seen it. These kids obviously are in good physical condition.
You need 2 yards? Who are you going to go to for McCormick?
Mateo.
That is Mateo Durant straight up the gut, and that's going to be another first down for McCormick. Easily their most impressive drive of the night.
Oh, no doubt about it. And they needed their guy to make a big play. He did to keep a drive alive, and there he delivered a blow. Mateo Durant, we saw a helmet come flying off out of the back of the pile there. So some hitting going on between these 2 rivals, longtime rivals. And
fresh set of downs from McCormick from the 34-yard line. The man in motion is Frambro, and he will end up with the football and hit hard at the 31-yard line. The first man I saw up there was Kevon Franklin for Lincoln County. It looks like Javon Reed was there as well.
Yeah, Reed, another quarterback delivering a blow, but he's on defense this time. But, yeah, you see it again. They fake it to Durant, and that left the running back open for some room, but then closing quickly was Franklin and Reed. And There you see the hit right there at the end of the play. Good job to hold on to the football by Frambro.
Ended up with about 5 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 30-yard line.
Good drive by McCormick. And earlier I said we saw them hanging their head a little bit. Well, I'd love to see this. They're coming out here, forget the scoreboard. They're putting a nice drive together.
And we've got some trickeration here. It is Silas Kennedy with a man down by the 5-yard line. It wasn't going to matter anyway because there's a flag down back at the 30.
Well, good job by Duke Roberts not to be fooled on the play at all. He was covering McCreary and Tate very closely. Ball kind of just thrown up for grabs by Kennedy.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. Ineligible man downfield.
Yeah, Nathan Edwards was pointing out, I kept saying offensive lineman downfield. Sure, that can be that, but also he was saying receivers aren't lining up correctly, which is causing
ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. 15 yards, we're going to replay, 2nd down.
Either they're on the line or, yeah. So
and that will drive a coach nuts because all those years I've spent on the sidelines shooting games for football Friday night, the last thing you do when you line up is the receiver looks over at the official.
Yeah.
He says you're okay or you're not.
The official tells you. It's almost like your caddy lining up your putt.
Well, that's never helped me either. 2nd and 5 from the 35-yard line. Or 2nd and 11, I should say, from the 35-yard line. And again, they try some trickery. And again, that's a live ball.
Boy,
and Durant pounces on it. What could have been disaster for McCormick because that pass was backwards.
Heads-up play by Mateo Durant. You're right. That ball was thrown backwards.
It was almost disaster here for McCormick, and then it still could have been had Durant not pounced on it.
Well, good job by Durant not to give up on the play.
And we do have another flag at about the 39-yard line.
Oh, you got it legal?
We'll catch the call. So illegal motion against the Chiefs. But I think with everything that transpired during that play, they'll take that.
Absolutely.
Legal motion. It's going to be declined.
Oh.
Well, they declined it.
So Lincoln County will decline the penalty.
And both Scott Michaud from the Augusta Chronicle and Nathan Edwards agreeing, 46-47, somewhere in that part of the field where it should be spotted.
And that is the discussion right now. And well done, gentlemen. He'll put it down at the 46-yard line. Yeah, fumble and a recovered fumble. So McCormick needs to go a long, long way. How far is McCormick from here? It is 3rd and about that far, so Walters will heave it up, and it is complete!
Oh, my goodness.
And it is a 1st down! Tyler Dean!
Yeah, the ball went in and out of the hands of the defensive back, and I think that was Reed. I think that was the quarterback, Reed, back there on defense. Let's see on the instant replay. It was, and Matt Lane down on the field pointing out reminiscent of the Georgia-Auburn game a few years back.
I will walk out of this press box.
John Hart, a big Georgia fan, of course. Man. Well, the difference is the receiver did not score.
that is factual.
Sorry.
Hey, maybe we'll have a kick 6 later.
There you go.
So McCormick with its best field position of the night. It is Walters keeping. It is Walters scoring. Touchdown, McCormick.
Well, I love that these kids aren't giving up. They're down big against a rival. It would be easy to hang your head. It'd be easy to not, be out there giving the best effort. Not these kids. They are giving everything they got, and they get into the end zone. Nice drive by McCormick. Kept alive by a big play by Durant.
And a much-needed drive by the McCormick Chiefs, who cut it to 27-6 with inside 2 minutes now to play in the first half.
Our GMC Kicks for College. All of our field goals and extra points, although it looks like they might be lining up to run it as well. 11-play, 66-yard drive, by the way, eating up 5 minutes and 46 seconds.
And they're going to go for 2. It's Walters again. This time he's going to throw, and he has a man out there, and it is good. Mycarian Tate for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
And just like that, McCormick has cut it to 19, 27-8.
Beautifully thrown ball. I mean, a beautifully thrown ball by the quarterback, Walters. So a lot of confidence gained on that drive, I'm sure. They got a pretty big hill to climb, but that was a nice drive by McCormick, no doubt about it.
Walter's very impressive on that drive. And you have to wonder at what point McCormick just needed something positive to happen. We mentioned many times that this is these two schools' oldest rivalry. They've been playing since 1922. In those years, Lincoln County has outscored McCormick 1,220 to 373, which means this dominance by Lincoln County goes back generations. And when you grow up in McCormick thinking that way, it can be a mental thing for you, but a drive like that can certainly go a long way to snapping out of it.
Well, and you'd say, well, these young kids, they don't care about his. They're they got their chest puffed out. They think they can do anything, but
their daddy cares.
Well, I was going to say, but when you come into a game like this, you've been looking forward to it all year, all off season. You want to beat Lincoln County
your whole life,
and then your game starts the way it did for McCormick. Like I said, it would be easy to hang your head, but instead, these kids fought back. Beautiful drive. Nice to see them get it in the end zone there.
And we have a ball game now, and that is Antonio Williams on the return for Lincoln County, and he's got room, and Antonio Williams has the sideline. Antonio Williams, 65 yards, touchdown, Lincoln County.
Antonio Williams with his third touchdown of the night. He's caught two, and now a kick return for a score. Big night for Antonio. When I was just saying the player of the game is just out of reach, it's going to be Norman. Now, all of a sudden, Antonio Williams has his third score of the first half. Matt is saying he was less than inches away from being out of bounds when he got the ball, but good decision by him to run with it. That Williams has had himself a first half.
You know, we had a play like that last week.
Yeah.
Where the returner was pinched toward the sideline, and he was questionable whether or not he should have picked it up, and then he ended up taking it all the way. So sometimes it works.
Now Leroy on to tack on the extra point, and boy, talk about deflating. You work so hard for that one drive, and then it's all taken away basically on one return.
And if you're Lincoln County, there's no possible better way you could have answered that McCormick touchdown.
Absolutely. And that's what, Coach, we got this. We're okay. We got this. So Antonio Williams putting in his claim for player of the game with that beautiful return. Third score of the night for Antonio Williams.
If you just gave up a touchdown, no better way than to make up for it before the coach is even done yelling at you.
That's right. Yeah, you got to get back on the field. He can't finish fussing at you.
But coach, we just scored. 34-8 now. Lincoln County's lead is 26 with 95 seconds left to play in the first half.
A lot of history on this field. Again, 33 just since they became Lincoln County High School. 33 region championships in the 42 years Larry Campbell was here, and that's why you see across the way Larry Campbell Stadium. They named it in his honor shortly after his retirement as the all-time winningest coach in the state of Georgia. So let's see if McCormick can answer. They might want to, I know it's illegal, but they might want to change jerseys because they're not going to kick it to number 3. So you might want to flip-flop jerseys with somebody. Well, actually, let's see. It might be one of the up men, and he falls down as he gathers the ball in.
So
that was Kennedy.
McCormick will have it with 90 seconds to play from their own 26-yard line.
Getting some scoring updates in. North Augusta is retaking the lead over Evans. They're late in the first half as well. It's 14-9. Barnwell is cruising tonight. They lead Blackville Hill to 34-0, and Greenwood now up 14-0 on Midland Valley. Again, most of these games late in the first half.
All right, I'm back. I had a little battery change.
We got your back, man.
You never know if the truck's yelling at you and you can't hear them.
Matt would say I talk so much that I never even noticed you weren't here in the booth. I just assumed it was my turn to talk.
But McCormick will, I'm going to guess, just try to get into the locker room without things getting any worse here as they run it up the middle. And the clock will continue to run with 75 seconds to play.
Earlier I mentioned something about a former Lincoln County player. I just wanted to get that in again because it is a pretty big honor to be named to the Walter Payton watch list as the National Player of the Year for historically black colleges. And Deshaun Taylor, a former player here at Lincoln County, a linebacker, was nominated for that or put on that watch list. He plays at South Carolina State, and he's a former he was in the first Border Bowl that we had of course, as well back several years ago.
Kennedy up the gut for, maybe 2 or 3 more.
Also coming up soon, we're going to have a special guest joining us from McDonald's.
Always happy to have them in the booth.
That's right. Each week we'll be talking to a rep. Miranda Beard will be with us in just a moment. We'll be talking about McDonald's, and, man, they do so much in the community, and, of course, what they do for us and helping provide this coverage of these high school athletes is pretty awesome.
Yes. We continue to talk about the history of not only this series, but of this Lincoln County Red Devil program.
Yeah.
Did you know Game Night Live holds a special place in the history of this program?
I did not know.
This particular game, the 2011 game, was the first live television broadcast from what was then Buddy Bufford Field and is now Larry Campbell Stadium at Buddy Bufford Field.
I had no idea.
All those years, no live TV
and Taylor
from
was
here.
in that game.
There you go.
Talking about.
So on 2nd and 9, it'll go straight up the gut. And that was to the fullback, Derekus Parks. And that ought to bring up 4th down. Let's see. At 21 seconds, and the clock continues to run. And McCormick in no hurry on 4th down. Happy to take this into the locker room, down by 26. So that should be the last play of the first half. And it is. And we have reached halftime at Larry Campbell Stadium in Lincolnton, Georgia. And Matt Lane is trying to corral somebody down there for us, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do it because he is not at game speed right now. So we'll take a timeout and come back with our halftime festivities. We are at halftime at your score, the Lincoln County Red Devils 34, the McCormick Chiefs 8. You are watching Game Night Live on WJBF.